There was a small group of children outside in their garden, laughing, playing, and having fun together. It started to rain, and the rain got really bad. The children went inside, accidentally leaving the door open, and decided to go upstairs. Outside on the street was a cat and a fox, wet from the rain. Both decided to find shelter together. The cat and the fox found the children's home, went inside, and sat on the sofa, filled with warmth from the house. Curiosity filled their minds as they wandered upstairs to explore the rest of the house. But as they went up, the children saw them and screamed with horror, scared of the animals. Then an alarm went off and people ran outside the houses and onto the streets. They came outside and ran to the house to find out what was causing the alarm. People from the other side of the world came over to the house. Police, who were solving crime, heard the siren, went to the police car and drove to the house. Other police officers who were guarding the plant heard the siren too and drove to the house. Hospital owners heard the alarm and sent all the doctors and ambulances to the house. But then, the black cat saw the kids were scared. With a kind heart, he made the kids happy again. Outside the house was a crowd, and not any old crowd. It was the biggest crowd in the world, and that crowd wanted to get inside. Then one of the kids came outside and said, "Come inside and let's all have a great big party." Inside the garden, they were all singing and dancing and having a great big party, and they lived happily ever after. That's the end of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye! Story time with Baby Shark. Two small boys, Tim and Tom, lived with their parents with big dreams of opening a restaurant run by robots. When the boys were young, they would spend time designing robots for different purposes. They made an ice cream robot that will make a tower made from an ice cream machine and will have delicious ice cream every day. They made a rocket robot that will launch them to the moon, and they will play with funny alien friends all day long. They made a giant swing that will swing them across the world and all over the continent 3 times and back again. They made a jumping robot that the boys will ride on. They'll go so high that they'll get to the cloud and bring it back down, and the clouds would taste like cotton candy. Yummy! Every day, the boys will ask their friends and families if it were possible to open a shop run by robots. But everyone would always respond with, "That could never happen in a gazillion years." But the boys would just give a cheeky smile, as they have already made lots of robots before, and those negative comments never discouraged the boys. In fact, it just made them more determined. The day before their birthday, Tim and Tom wished on a star, going, I wish that we get a supersonic robot maker that can make robots to think and act like humans." The next morning, Tim and Tom raced downstairs to open their gift, and sure enough, it was a robot maker. They spent the rest of the day choosing, sorting, fixing, and making 2 robots, and decided to keep one in each room. When Tim woke up, he found not 1, but 2 robots. He checked with his brother, and Tom also had 2 robots in his room. They checked the robots and found out they were programmed to multiply. Hooray, they say, wishes do come true. They played with the robots all day and had lots of fun. Just then, Tim had an idea and said, "Let us make the robots do all our chores and homework." Tom thought it was an amazing idea, and together they made a superhuman robot. The superhuman robots could tidy the dishes in 10 seconds, clean the house in 5 seconds, and do the boys' homework in 2 seconds. That's amazing. And whenever their mom tells them to do the housework or finish their homework or wash the dishes, they'll ask the robots to do it for them while they play games. The robots started multiplying, and then, out of the blue, the robots opened a small shop in town. Isn't that amazing, kids? And that shop could make every child's dream come true. It was an amazing experiment, and children will wish for ice cream, mountains of candy, carrot shoes, lollipop bags, chocolate pencils, even talking tomatoes, and all sorts of funny wishes. The boys became very famous and felt like superheroes. Really? But the robots weren't happy, as the boys took all the credit, while the robots were seen as old, rusty metal. All the robots came together, agreeing they will ruin the shop. And that's exactly what they did. Oh no. The next day, Tim and Tom came home to find the shop in a mess. The robots have closed down the shop. And there was a crowd outside the shop. No one could make them carrot shoes, chocolate pencils, lollipop bags, or talking tomatoes anymore. Everyone was unhappy. Tim and Tom rushed to the robots to find out what happened. The robots explained how unappreciated they felt. The boys apologized to the robots and said, "You're the best robots ever." The robots were excited and they all had big cuddles. Everyone was excited and the air was filled with laughter and joy. Tim and Tom reopened the shop. There was a huge crowd in the shop. Everyone wanted to make a wish, and the robots were celebrated for the hard work. The end. Hooray! I hope you enjoyed my story. And don't forget to watch my other videos. Bye! Hi! It's story time with Baby Shark. One sunny afternoon, Camby the cat and Fozzy the fox were playing in the garden, chasing butterflies and rolling in the grass. Suddenly, they heard a big, loud bang, and they were scared. They listened with their ears, and their tails were alert. Following the sound, they came across a colorful peacock named Pebble walking around the garden. Pebble had accidentally knocked over a stack of pots, causing a loud bang. Excited to meet a new friend, Camby and Fozzy came to Pebble with wagging tails and friendly purrs. The three of them soon became friends, laughing and playing together in the meadows. Soon, Pebble had an idea. "Let's play football," he suggested, grabbing a nearby ball. Camby and Fozzy happily agreed, and they began kicking the ball back and forth, and laughter filled the air. But then, Pebble kicked the ball high into the sky, and it soared over the treetops and disappeared. Determined to retrieve their lost ball, Camby, Fozzy, and Pebble followed it until they reached a building site. It was the biggest building site ever. The sight of sand, mud, water, and cement sparks new ideas into their playful minds. Fozzy the fox dashed to the sand pit, making the tallest sandcastle in the world. Camby dipped her paws into the wet cement, adding colorful pebbles and shell to create a beautiful design. Meanwhile, Pebble discovered a pool of mud nearby and decided to make muddy puddles. With a playful twinkle in its eyes, Pebble turned on the water supply and then used up all the city's water. The muddy puddles spread to the school and playground. Children from all around the city came out with excitement, jumping and splashing in the muddy puddles. The city was filled with the biggest muddy puddle ever. Everyone's jumping and splashing. It was the biggest muddy puddle party ever. The city was filled with laughter and joy as people of all ages jumped and splashed in the mud. All the animals in the world joined the muddy puddle fun, and everyone had the greatest fun ever. That's the end of the story. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! It was a sunny day, and Camby the cat and Fozzy the fox were playing outside, strolling around the city and having some summer fun. Suddenly, they saw some speedy race cars. It was Dobby the dog. and he was having some racing fun with his friends. Camby and Fozzy followed the race cars to the track and found real race cars zooming around the field. It was the most amazing sight ever. Camby ran towards the race car, chiefly giggling with wild imaginations of driving a race car. Vroom, vroom. Camby and Fozzy told Demi they would love to drive and that they were the best drivers in the world. Doppy was surprised, but decided to give the cat and the fox a chance. Cheeky cat and fox. Camby, Fozzy, and Doppy got into the car at 3, 2, 1, zoom! Off they go. It was the most blissful experience ever. Just then, Camby launched up the super, mega, ultra speed booster. It was the fastest race car ever. They drove over a swimming pool, splashing water on everyone. They drove over the tallest building and up to space. In space, they zoomed past all the galaxies and universe in the world, painting the planet with beautiful colors. And with a loud bang, they landed back on Earth with a party filled with children. But Noah was laughing and everything seemed boring. It all seemed awkward, and the animals could not understand why no one was laughing. The chef came over to the animals to find out why they were here, and then the animals asked if they could join the party. But the chef said they had to know how to cook to join the party. Although they could all not cook, they answered in unison and said, "Yes, we all know how to cook." The chef led them to the kitchen, and the animals began to make the biggest cake ever, while making a humongous mess in the kitchen. While they were making the cake, Doppy found a small container with labeled laughing spice. Then Doppy added it onto the cake, thinking it will make everyone laugh. Cheeky dog. When the cake was ready, all the children tasted the cake. Then one kid started laughing, then another started laughing, then all the kids started laughing. Then all the children's parents came to pick up the kids, for then they saw all of them laughing. All of the adults decided to taste the cake, and then they all were laughing too. The police officers came over to the party, and when they saw everyone was laughing, they decided to taste the cake, and they were laughing too. The police officers called the hospital to send all the doctors to the party. But when the doctors arrived, they tasted the cake and started laughing. The children, the parents, the police officers, and the doctors were all laughing. It was a laughing party. Fozzy, Camby, and Doppy called all the animal friends to the party, and those animals started laughing. It was the biggest laughing party ever. The end. And that's the end of the story. Bye.